Welcome to the Talking Heart, always connected though miles apart. Like the lotus flower grows from the mud, transforming pain into power, we rise above. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I remember when I first heard this, it was completely foreign to me. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't wrap my heart around it. I just didn't understand. There was like some sort of block with that saying that wouldn't allow me to fully grasp it. I was lacking boundaries in a major way, so I had no idea where my boundaries stopped or others started. So I became tangled and enmeshed with other people and found myself in many exhausting codependent relationships. As a child, my boundaries were constantly crossed. I had no say. I certainly couldn't tell my caregivers to back off without punishment, so that wasn't an option. So to keep the caregivers at bay and for my own survival, I did everything to be that good little girl, to do what they said, to be quiet, and to avoid conflict by any means possible because I just couldn't handle it. I also developed the strategy of being the mediator between family members because they would often get into, violent fights that scared me. But by being that mediator, I would triangulate myself just to get some peace and harmony in the home. As I grew older, my boundaries remained blurry. I continued with the same avoidant and unhealthy behavior. I would often accommodate others, even if it was a detriment to me. I was terrified to speak up to avoid conflict, so I continued playing the role as the mediator. This took a massive toll on me. I was always overwhelmed, frustrated, and depleted. But since becoming sober, I've grown tremendously and I've gained a newfound clarity where I can see boundaries clearer than ever before. So now when a problem arises, I deal with the situation at that time. I ask myself, is this mine to carry or is this someone else's? I no longer mediate. Instead, I get out of the way and allow others to handle their own conflicts. I've established my place in my relationships, and I'm cognizant not to cross others' boundaries like I used to. I give others space when they need it, as well as take space when I need it, without guilt. I've let go of the idea that I can control others or situations, so I no longer try. I admit I still struggle if a conflict arises and I'll feel that old avoidant behavior creeping in, but I face the conflict head on by reminding myself that confrontation is only a conversation. I've learned through doing this that the fear of conflict is so much larger than it actually is. And by conversing, finding solutions or compromises, that also keeps resentment at bay and it works wonders. I've also realized that there are times in life where my values or beliefs are at odds with another. So I agree to disagree. I accept it, and sometimes that means moving on. The truth is that every human being is responsible for themselves. They're responsible for their emotions, their reactions, their actions, as well as the consequences of their actions. In knowing this, I take full responsibility for myself. I know I can't change people, but I can change my thoughts and perspectives about those people by accepting them the way they are. I can't change a person's dislike or even hate for me, but I can accept it, and I can also realize that the other has the free will to dislike me, and then I can let it go. I know now that I can't change the world, but I can change the way in which I conduct myself in the world by being a respectful and kind person to all those I come in contact with. In doing so, I can go to bed at night with a clear conscience, knowing I'm doing my best.